Hey everybody, it's April planking at the office today and in my wraps dress. So I may have to adjust how I do my side plank, but I can do it. I know I can. Monday, is the day I always encourage you to try to add on time. So I like to do the variety. We'll do forearms and hands and side plank and just to move around a little bit, and it makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to start on forearms. Bringing your forearms out to the floor, wrap your hands around your biceps so you know you have the right distance between your elbows, between your arms. And then arms come back out in front of you. You can interlace your fingers if you like. I think that makes it a little bit easier. Pull your shoulder blades together, reach them down your back, and then lift your upper back, lift your chest, pull in your belly, come up on your toes, shift your weight forward slightly. The timer has begun. And then go back over that again. Press into the floor, separate your shoulders a little bit more, pull in your belly, tighten up your glutes, shift forward. So you're pressing your heels back, everything is engaged. You're working pretty much every muscle in your body when you're doing your planks, and really working on your abdominal muscles in particular. And we're coming up on 30 seconds. So maybe 30 seconds is your longest hold. Congratulations. See if you can hold a few seconds longer. Maybe you're working on going past a minute today, or maybe this is your first time. However long a time you can hold it is good. And you're holding it longer than the average person, no matter how long you're holding it. And, most people sell themselves short. They say, when I ask them, how long do you think you can hold plank? Or if I tell them that I hold plank for 5 minutes, they say, oh, I could probably hold for 10 seconds. 1 minute, I'm switching to my hands. Now remember, whenever you switch, try to switch on the half minute or the minute mark, so you're not just switching all the time. But once you do switch, come back to your good form. So I'm pressing into the floor again, separating my shoulders, pulling in my belly, pressing my heels back, pulling in my belly again. So I've got that nice long line, and I'm really activating my abdominal muscles. 130. Because a lot of times when you start switching, again, some people switch because it seems like it makes it a little bit easier, and it does. I think if nothing else, it's a diversion for your mind, to take your mind off the hold that you have at that moment. But if that's all you're doing is switching, then you're not really holding plank. So I encourage you to try to hold each one a minute before you switch, but if that's not available, you have to do what you have to do. Okay, so we're coming up on 2 minutes. I'm coming down on my forearms, and I'm going to lift a leg. You can lift a leg if you want. You can stay up on your hands if you want. If you had to come down on your knees for a moment, that's all right. Still press into the floor though. Keep your shoulders separated. Pull in your belly again. Tighten up your glutes. So no matter where you are, you should be doing all those things. Really, really working. You can still work a plank even if you have to come down on your knees and get the benefits from working on 230. I'm switching legs. And keep in mind, just pressing into the floor, even if you're on your knees, pressing into the floor is helping to strengthen your bones, your muscles. And again, if you're pulling in your abs, you're working your abdominal muscles and you're making them stronger, and that's strengthening your lower back as well. So keep in mind, you've still got it going on if you're on your knees or whatever you're doing in your plank. So 3 minutes. Now I'm going to switch to side plank. So I'm pretty sure if I go this way with my wrap dress, you won't see too much. Stacking my feet, or you can bring your top foot in front of you on the floor. Wherever you are, make sure you're pressing the sole of your bottom foot toward the floor. You don't want to collapse into that bottom ankle bone. Again, collapsing is never good. Keep lifting your hips, reaching your upper arm to the sky, and we're going to switch at 3:30. So I'm switching to the other side, stacking your feet, or again, top foot can come in front of you, especially if you have trouble balancing in side plank. Bringing that top foot in front of you will help with your balance. Actively lifting your hips. Give yourself another push. Reaching your top arm to the sky. Pressing the sole of your bottom foot toward the floor. You've got this. We've got a few more seconds. And 4 minutes. I'm switching back to my hands. Again, come back to that good form again. Separate your shoulders. Pull in your belly. Tighten up your glutes. Shift your weight forward slightly, pressing your heels back. Excuse me, I'm a little froggy today. Keep pulling in your belly. You've got this. Breathing. And remember, I'm in my dress today. It doesn't matter what you have on. You can plank. Now, I will encourage you, 4:30, or discourage you from wearing a sweatshirt while you're planking because you're going to get very hot depending on how long you hold it. Remembering to breathe. And we're coming up on 4:45. So keep going. If you came down on your knees, see if you can come back up again we're at the last 10 seconds. You can do anything for 10 seconds. So keep breathing, pressing into the floor, pulling in your belly. I'm at 5 minutes, woo! So I'm gonna hold just a few minutes long, or a few seconds longer, not a few minutes. Just because, like I've said before, I think it makes it a little bit easier psychologically anyway to hold it to 5 when I know I can hold it till 5:15, which is where we are now. Okay, so starting off the week with plank is a great way to get things set up. Maybe you don't plank every day, every other day. It's still all good. You're gonna get stronger and stronger and feel better about it every day. I'll see you tomorrow.